This stuff is so good.
Hi guys, it's Annie and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be baking again. I'm going to be baking a gluten-free blueberry buttermilk breakfast cake. This recipe makes 2 pans of this buttermilk breakfast cake, but I would highly recommend just baking both pans because this stuff flies in my house and it is so tasty. This recipe is not actually my recipe. This recipe is from a blog called Girl Cooks World and it was posted by Kate. So Kate, thank you very much for this wonderful, tasty, delicious recipe. Make sure that you click the link up here in the little eye, or I pasted it in the description down below. So make sure you go find that. Thank you, Kate from Girl Cooks World. Right before we get started, please make sure to hit that little red button down below, subscribe. I would be so happy if you did, like eating some of this blueberry breakfast cake happy. So please make sure to. Let's get started. The first thing you are gonna wanna do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees. The first ingredients that we are going to be mixing are the dry ingredients in this big bowl. So I'm gonna start with 2 cups of sugar, 1¼ cups of white rice flour. I'm using white rice flour, but you can also use brown rice flour. They're interchangeable, and that goes in with the 2 cups of sugar. A 3/4 cup of potato starch, and a 1/4 cup of tapioca starch. Here I've got 1½ teaspoons of baking soda and 1½ teaspoons of salt, so that goes in. And then a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. And lastly, 1 teaspoon of xanthan gum. So I'm just gonna whisk this up and then we can set it aside. Perfect. So that can go over here. For this recipe, you need 2 tablespoons of lemon zest. So I'm going to be zesting these beautiful lemons. My trick with the lemon zesting is you do the top 3 layers of lemon, because anywhere below that won't taste as good. So you just do 1, 2, 3, and you move on. On to lemon number 2. Now these lemons are officially zested, so I'm going to put in my 2 tablespoons of lemon zest and the rest of my wet ingredients. So I'm going to start with my 2 tablespoons of lemon zest. I'm going to add 1 cup of buttermilk. And then I'm going to add 3 eggs. Then I'm going to add 1/2 cup or 1 stick of melted butter. And lastly, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So now that I've poured all of the ingredients in, I'm going to whisk this up. Okay, so now I have mixed up the wet ingredients and I have my dry ingredients. So I'm going to pour the dry ingredients into my big pink bowl. And I'm going to slowly add the wet ingredients in and whisk until it's smooth. Okay, so now it's finally mixed. It looks like this battery type thing and it smells so good and I'm really excited to finish it up. So the final step is to prep the blueberries. So I have an extra 1/2 cup of white rice flour. Again, you can also use brown rice flour, but I'm using white rice flour. And I have about 2 cups of frozen blueberries here. You can also use fresh blueberries if you want. Personally, I like frozen blueberries better, but that's just what I prefer. You can obviously use fresh blueberries. So I'm going to pour in this 1/2 cup of flour and really coat them so they stay more afloat in the batter, if that makes sense, so they don't sink to the bottom quite as much. And now that these blueberries are coated with flour, we can fold them into our batter. This is just a light mix. We don't want to mix it too much. Okay, so now this is pretty folded in. The blueberries are folded in with the batter. So now I'm going to grab my pans and I'm going to grease them. And once I have greased these two pans, I'm going to split the batter and pour them evenly into both and then put them in the oven. And I'm gonna use a spatula to help me out with this. Okay, so now I have finished pouring my batter into these pans. I almost forgot, but I didn't. The actual last step before we put these in the oven is you can take some sugar and just take like a spoonful and just sprinkle it on top of your breakfast cake to give it that final touch, you know? Alright, so now these guys are actually ready to go in the oven. These guys are gonna be in the oven for 35 to 40 minutes, so make sure to be checking anywhere in between that range or until a toothpick comes out clean. I'm so excited because the breakfast cakes are finally ready, so I'm going to take them out of the oven right now. Okay, so I just took these beautiful breakfast cakes out of the oven. They look so good, and I'm so excited to eat them. But before I do, I have to make sure to let them cool for 10 minutes. Once that's done, I can eat them. I'm excited. Okay, so I'm gonna cut my slice, and I'm so excited. All right. Yes, I'm so ready. This stuff is so tasty. It's just so good. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like if you liked it. I'll see you next time. Goodbye!